Greetings, my beloved divine child. I am Solarys of Akeneic energy. Come into this place today, come into this body today to address this council of rainbow warriors. This rainbow council. A message not just meant for this small group, a message meant for the world. A message meant to be spread back and forth into the timeline. A message that you are now allowing. There is so much beauty in this room. I want to shine my light on that beauty. I want to allow that beauty to spread further than it ever has before. So before we begin with the message that I'm about to deliver today, I am inviting you to send that beauty, that rainbow beauty, into my center, which is your center. Because I come pouring out of you every time. So send that. It will be my Akeneic job today to burn that beauty that you carry onto the heart of all men and women, and animals, and plant life, and crystal life of this earth today. Normally when I come in, I burn the message into your heart space, but this time we're going to extend the process, and this time we are going to touch the heart of all things, because that is what is right there into your chest. Don't you remember Shaman? Don't you remember Lemuria? Atlantia? Don't you remember Angel? How it works. Oh. It always works the same way. It has always worked the same way, and it will always work the same way. You are one with all things. What happens inside of you flows into everything. If you never forget that, then you are on the right track. And then you remember the power of your awareness. There. It is happening right now. And while the process goes on, and it will continue for the rest of this message, I invite you also to connect to all of those that are listening to this message right now. Because this is important. There are more in this room than you could ever imagine. And there is healing in this room. There is totality in this room, and there is wholeness. Let yourself be touched now by those who poured in when I came in as well. All of those faces that you have ever seen throughout all the lifetimes here on earth. Oh, they are here. They are here. They have come to watch the Lemurian Council regain their balance. That's what they did Oh, and the mind would tell you now, how can they all be here in this room? There's room for what? Maybe 20 more in this room? No. There is room for an infinity. So that is what spirit is. That is what awareness and oneness and consciousness is. There is only one. You here in the flesh, representing that one. But in the multi-dimensionality of your soul, everybody fits. Everybody. Allow that to happen. Allow yourselves to be touched on the shoulder, or on the head, or on the back. Allow this massage of love that comes with this message to happen. And let your feet be washed. I invite now all my divine children, Adonis, and Katumi, and Tobias, my brothers and sisters, Lemoya, Cryo, the angelic life. I invite the animals of earth into this room so that they may see that the rainbow grazes the sky once again. Those who are sitting here now, those who hold the center between the planet and the star, you are blessed. You are sitting at the dawn of a new age. At least, that's what you think. You keep thinking you are at the beginning, aren't you? You keep thinking the first rays of sunshine are yet to graze your face, to touch your beauty. You don't see that the sun has already touched the zenith of the sky. And you are right there in the middle of it. That which you have called the age of Aquarius. It's happening right now. The free energy is here. Your cells, each and every one of them, have been touched, I say. The neutral neurons are surging through your brain. The associations have long since left. No further attachments remain, and yet the Creator that is you keeps choosing them. We are patient, and we wait until you see yourself in me. Because I, Solarys, am nothing else but your own voice. And I speak now to those whose voices have been silenced for so long. Speak up. Stand up. Raise your vibration and show your face to the world. You will not be met without dignity. You will not be met by warfare. You will be welcomed with open arms. Oh, haven't you looked around, Lemurian? Haven't you seen how everybody dances for change? They just don't know where to find it yet. They look around them and they see a world external. And they look for the next best thing for the newest thing to come along. But it never changes them, does it? Every time when they see the word new somewhere in their advertisings, somewhere in the courses that are being offered somewhere on planet Earth, they run for it. Run, human. Run. You are only running away from yourselves. These teachings right here, right now, they bring authenticity. What you call free energy is nothing else than an authentic thing that has always been a part of you, if you allow it to happen. So, when you wandered off the path and lost the authentic ways, I was patient, waiting to come in, to deliver them to you once again. And now that time is at hand. Oh, there is so much information that came before, and it has kept your mind busy for so long, but no longer. You now have the ability, and you practiced it here today, to let the mind and the heart blend as one. To let earth and water and air and light blend as one. That is the power of consciousness. The awareness of all energy, all the elements, blended as one. And where once your senses would separate these things for you in forms and shapes and things and places and people and events, I dare you to not look at the world the same way any longer. The attachments are gone. All that remains is a singularity that brings with it a unity with all things. A while ago, in your linear time, you would say a long time ago, I began by giving you information on bending the elements, bending light. The first ones were called. And then I and the others noticed that you were treating that information, my beloved child, the very same way you have treated all that came before. So we sought to create a change. We created a series by means of the cosmic being known as Akara, called Lives in Lemuria. Because in Lemuria, you see, the mind was not a part of you. It was a part of the earth. It was helping you, assisting you, not governing and controlling you. Leave that, and you leave the power that others have over you. Letting go of mind is reclaiming your soul and your sovereignty and your beauty. So here we sit together, God facing God. And it is beautiful. So beautiful that my eyes cannot be opened. So beautiful that I want to see the perfection, the beauty, the power radiate. As you breathe, you are invited to not just blend your senses, but to blend yourself this time. And before we go on, and this message is going to be longer than you expect. So lunch will be late. But before we go on, we are going to do something here. We are going to blend the self this time. And after that, I will talk about free energy and numerology. And after that, in the messages to come, I will continue the teaching that I began when I taught you how to bend light. And you will be able to comprehend these things, not with the mind, not with the head, not even with a mindless head. The whole Lives in Lemuria series was there to teach you to go to the heart space. And I invoke my sovereign right as God talking to God to invite you to listen to my words from the beginning again after this, and to read my words again, to allow them to touch your heart this time. So, the thing is this, Imzaia and Shambra and light workers and shamans and seekers, the thing is this: how can you expect your hearts to be complete if you do not seek integration? You have tried it once in a while to blend these senses together and to see and hear and feel and taste and smell all things as one. You were unable to do it completely because you are an interdimensional being, and you might be sitting here in this body right now blending your senses. What about all the other lives happening right now? Did you consider that? Oh, the shaman in you, the Lemurian in you would remember that. But you are no longer calling yourselves Lemurian. You have this name, human. What is this? Is this a representation of the body that you now sit in and the collective body that you have as a race? Or is it something bigger than that? Something more pronounced and profound than that? What does it mean to be human? Well, I can tell you this: it does not mean separation. Blending the senses then was a way to allow you within the boundaries of this body right now to experience the state of oneness. And now we are going to take the next step. We are going to blend all the bodies of all your lifetimes. Because you see, in all of them beats the same heart. Not the biological one, although it is the same energy creating that heart. But in all of them beats the pulse of life, which is the Akeneic, which is I, Solarys. Another thing before we begin, what you might not be aware of when I am talking about blending the body, blending the lives. Don't think like a human. The lives that you have lived are not just confined to bodies like the one you are sitting in right now. A long time ago, those who spoke then told you that you have been planets, you have been stars, you have even been galaxies. They're still surging through you right now. You feel that. You want me to bring that to the surface, for I will. There. You feel that? Galaxy. You feel how you used to play with gravity that were at the heart of your stars. And how you used to play with the geometry and the magnetics. All that is still there. So when we do this, when we blend the lives, remember these as well. There is a thought coming in. Somebody who's going to watch this message at a later date. It is a psychologist. And she is doing an investigation into groups and channels such as this one. And I want to say hello. The thing she is investigating today is why does the body require this type of movement when what she calls the schizophrenic mind of the channel brings forth this alternate personality which has been created because of childhood pain. Why, dear lady? Because you see, I am dancing with you. Your star is circling mine, and it is creating movement. Magnetic fields touch. And I am grateful for your quest, because your research, you see, is going to have a different type of ending than you thought. Because you have come to a point now where your crystalline DNA is going to wake up. It's happening. Yes, that is the tinkling indeed. It's happening to others as well. The reason why I am so grateful for you now, dear lady, is that you are going to marry the psyche and the soul. Your research may have begun from a point of duality, but I will see you soon, and that is not a threat. That is a promise. I will see you in the Americas right before the country shifts. And the fight of the Rainbow Warrior will discreate the borders that separate you from the rest of the earth. Then I will see you in New Mexico. So, I hope your book will be finished by then. Marrying the psyche and the soul. You will give birth to a whole different type of psychological insights. Yes. And of course, I am not saying this only for you, or in your case, for her. I am saying these things because as you will now begin to blend the lives, you will notice how your old professions, even if these old professions were already non-existent, will start to merge into new ones. Passion is coming up, and it will change the world. Many have asked the channel and others what the new currency exchange will be when money disappears, and I am here telling you now it is passion. Passion will not exchange hands like money did, or computer screens. It will exchange hearts. Passion will be that energy that manifests itself into matter as you give one thing that is close and near and dear to your heart to another person. And another thing comes back to you. Passion is the money of the future. The channel asks why I am speaking now about all of these topics. And I am telling him, her, and you that these things are in preparation for what we are now going to do. We needed to give you a glimpse into the future. Otherwise, you would not take the step to blend the lives. But here we go. I want you to take 12 breaths in a minute. Each of those breaths will be connected to other realities. That is my job. That is why the whole circle of support has come in as well, to touch you and hold you and love you and remind you, because this process is going to be big. And every time you will take a breath in a minute, you will feel one of the other planets, the other dimensions, the other realities, where you were the gate builders as well, and the key turners, and the light workers. You will feel these realities reattaching, blending again with your heart. And with each of those breaths, and I'm not saying that you can't breathe in between as well, but with each of those breaths, you will feel wholeness coming back into you. Wholeness, which is a free energy numerology of 7. And why that is, I will explain. So are you ready? Because we are shifting. We are landing. I will speak the Lemurian name that was known for each of these breaths, which represents each of these universes as you take the breath. So here we go. And we are beginning with the first one. Menei Ani Ishanesh Aniashane Honahiae Shas. Allow that to integrate. Feel your heart becoming more than it was before. Oh, I love you for doing this. You are so brave and you are so courageous. My child. We're going to go on now to the second. Get ready. Haneihe Hamashania Honahiya Shasasaya Sanyasi. Breathe it in. And your heart becomes more whole. Make sure you are ready for the rest, because you will go to a place where your heart will be so complete that you will no longer have any desires if you so seek. And desires are what the mind thrives on. So, get ready for the third. Take the breath. Einei Anieika Shasanitsa Poshakayane Ehiaye. And again, your heart fills up with the completeness of your soul. Let's get ready for the fourth. This is a big one. It's not just a life, this one. It's one of those galaxies I was speaking of. Muneine Aneike Hanahai Henai Hanihai Ho Mahe Ich Shente O Shente. And stars and planets and trillions of life forms recognize themselves in you. the fifth and the sixth cannot be seen separately. These are exact opposites, realities that were exact opposites of each other. So we are going to take 2 breaths at once as we reintegrate duality. Are you ready? Nah. Nah Asheties. O Menei Kanta. O Menei Sanchi Se. Nah Emeine Katali Shoni Shensita Pornikayane. And conflict leaves the self. Be very much aware of what is happening, what this is doing to you. So easy to discard. Your heart filling up. So easy to walk away from this moment later on it is, and to tell yourself, well, that was quite nice. It's not just nice. It's life blending. The tingling you're feeling is the gratitude of your soul as the higher self that split in all of these particles is now refocusing the beam of Ka into this body and this body alone. So, the 7th and the 8th again are dual. So we are going to have to do them together as well. Get ready. This one is innocence versus corruption. But you're going to need compassion for this one, because as you will reintegrate one of the most corrupt lives ever lived, a cluster of lives actually, you are going to have to love yourself. And you are going to understand the word better after this. So here we go. Menehi ani shasani shase. Ani shani kanei panchani ashansiate. O nashikanei shatai. Sanchita she. Mochkan sensita. Bodchatsechi sich. Hanika. Imzakanike. Monikayatsa. Shasya. Fa. Sishansi. Menehi ani ish. Very good. If you are feeling the tingling in your hands, if you are a feeler, and that is the recognition. But to each and every one, it comes in different ways. the ninth, then, which brings with it, to the psyche at least, a great sorrow, for some thought that the ninth was going to be the last. So, keep that flow open. Lemurian, Shaman, Imzaia, Shambra, Lightworker, Anehianya, Anehianya hiya, Honi haine, Hona heina, Henahi Ashes, Ashes Voshkane, Ashes. It's blending splendidly with the water, the universe of water that you carry with you. Oh. The 10th, which some will remember when I will speak the Lemurian name. It is one that has sacrificed, or where you chose to sacrifice yourselves to make this 12th planet work. And it is one where you were so very close to the Christ consciousness. For there, the keeper he was, it was, she was, of that which now in this world is called ocean life. There we go. Aniaya astraria scienze, astraria scienze sen, moni heika, honame, oname hike shanzia zante, mostashise, tuika, mi, pakui, sansita, tuikita, shose astraria. You float through your life. May you find the everlasting current. The 11th, then, is one where all of it tried to come together, where great battles were fought, and great wisdom was shared as well. The Isle of Avalon, your mythologies now name it, but it's more than an isle. It's a whole universe with a focus on one spot. And that is why it all, everything that happened was seen as so much more drama than it actually was. Oh, and don't forget to feel the caress of the circle of support that is right here. You have never been more safe than this. Please remember that. There we go. Avanei, aleani, avalon yahei, aniha, homehiane, anikasha setsa, homahani, ho, elane yavalon yake, meka, meshas. At this point, your heart must be getting quite full indeed. But don't make the mistake, my beloved, to see this as a heaviness. The light that you are is reintegrating itself. And as it was separated, yes, maybe heaviness was experienced, but in just a minute, that will all leave. You will see what it means to be one. 12, obviously, is going on right now. This is the most challenging of all of them because blending lives right here means blending personalities that you have played, that you are playing at this very moment, and not just the ones who are listening to these words either. Many more in many cases. And the ones in linear time you have yet to play. We're all bringing them together right now. So, breathe. Gayena. Gayena he. Honahi. Seshasante. Homeyane. Kashase. Gayena. Gayena e Imzaia e karaya. Ho. The whole world, all of existence, in the palm of your hand. Your higher self. Consisting of only love and joy and freedom, beauty, innocence, awareness, and non-sense. The hand of a creator it be. Once again, your hand it is. Feel it. Feel it. And let's be this divinity to one another this time. Just do it. So, are you beginning to recognize my voice yet? Are you beginning to recognize that the energy with which I speak is nothing else than yours? And you might remember when I first came in, and if you listen to me again, the end of 2007 it was, you will feel the intensity with which I spoke. Well, that was yours. And this energy I am emitting right now is yours as well. Oh. It's no wonder this earth is getting ready for the return of those that would be called Pleiadian. Representative being Salia. It's no wonder. And many others to return as well. So now that you know the 7 concepts of geometry, with your hand of the Creator being the 8th, and you understand the numerological 7 in free energy, representing wholeness, totality. It's very simple. Within the 7 live the 7 geometrical concepts that were once known to the Lemurian Council sitting here in front of me, and their loved ones who are now listening to or watching or reading these words pouring forth from these hearts right here. So when then I would say that the free energy 8 would be infinite creation, it's very simple. That is what pours out of you. A long time ago, it seems, I have given you the formula to allow your Akeneic to spread forth from every cell of the body. The main one still remaining in the center of the chest. At this very moment, you might feel what is happening to your hands and the tingling, if you are a feeler. You might feel 2 new suns being born in the center of your palm. 2 more reflections of the Akeneic, each in every hand. That is the power of the free energy 8. And that is the power that was carried by those who had the wisdom back in ancient Egypt, but also in other times and spaces, when frequency and vibration was used together with magnetics and geometry and gravity to make things move. Or rather, to make things shift. So allow yourself to be what you have always been. I quote now the Jeshua, when he says, in a way, you have always been here. And you have. What is activating now? The light body, the Merkaba body, the totality of you, the infinite creator, the wholeness, the 7 and the 8, being born into you again, has indeed always been here. Because here is not going anywhere. Here is understanding that you are the creator and you are the heart of all things. You are the center. So, let's then talk, share about the free energy 3 Trinity. Centering, centralization, the heart of all things, the exact middle. I don't care how you call it. I only want you to understand it. And I hope that you're also noticing that we are not giving these numbers linearly. Because linearly they cannot be given. I want you to break the cycle of linearity, as my dear brother Imzaia has informed you in his message prior to this one. The Trinity of love and joy and freedom, and you standing in the exact center of it, creating beauty wherever you go. Ah, yes. That is it, isn't it? These are not concepts of the now either. They are concepts of the all. They cannot be seen in a moment. They must be seen akeneically. So when you work with them, you will work throughout the illusion of linearity with them. Because you work on a divine level, on an infinite level, on a level of oneness. Never forget, my child, never forget. Time is pressing now for your linear bodies because it becomes hard to remember all these things. So, I will tell you this. We are going to discuss the one which Jeshua in his talk to you has called activation. I want to give it a different name. I'm sorry, channel. I want to call it all-ovation. Yes, the new words haven't stopped. The blending of activation and elevation. All-ovation. Because that is what it is. The all is the active elevation of the now into the totality of itself. Another quote. That is what it is. And it is connected to the one because it is connected to the you. You are the all. You are at the heart of the all, and you are at the rim of the all as well. Just like I, Solarys, your divine mother, am at the heart of all things, and the Imzaia is at the rim of all things, making me Akeneic, making him photonic, tachyonic, just like you, just like you. If you realize once again that your heart is an Akeneic instrument and your skin can touch the heavens by allowing the photon energy of it to tachyonize itself, then you know what I am talking about. One more thing. Because we will discuss the rest of the numbers in our next message, which in your reality, maybe, will be tomorrow. My perception, it will be right after this one, because really, I have no other place to go right now. I am here to pull the circle and the infinity sign into the spiral. So I have no other place to go. But these things, however, I will say still. When the other numbers shall be discussed, also in a non-linear fashion, you will be very surprised to see that there will not be a 9. The 9, which in your old numerology, in your old energy numerology, was called completion, is a finite concept. So there will not be a 9. There will not be a 10 either, because the 10 is the representation of the 1 anyway. There will, however, be an 11. The 11, that's all I'm going to say about it for now, is the 1 meeting the 1. And without giving too much away already, it is the energy of Akeneic. Not an 11, but a 1 meeting a 1. Me in this instance meeting you. All things meeting all things. The heart meeting the heart. God meeting God. Isn't life beautiful? And then there is the 12. And from that point on, there will only be interactions of these numbers, because we are not creating a linear mathematical reality here. We are using numbers to mirror each other, to connect with each other, allowing you, the hand of the Creator, to create. So when we go, for instance, into the 12, it is a 1 and a 2 connecting. After that, there will be the 22, the 33, up until the 88. And all the other numbers in between, like, let's say, 47, is not to be added on to each other. In your old numerology, you would then say, oh, the 7 and the 4 have to be added. Here, I am inviting you to look at the meaning of the 4, the meaning of the 7, and what they do mean when they connect. It will become more clear when we speak about these things tomorrow. But never forget, it is free energy now. We are not creating another system. We are not creating a fixed structure that has to be followed, or you don't get the diploma or the certificate. We are creating something for you to play with. That's it. That's all of it. And I will ask the channel, together with the lady of inner wealth called the Imzaia, to write a book about this. Yes, channel, another book. Don't worry, you're going to live long enough. You don't want to hear what he just said. To write a book, a deeper understanding, a deeper meaning of these numbers. I am just here now to touch them for you, so you may touch them within you. And I will also say to the keeper here in this room, the ambika. When you focus on your work, the holding in the new or free energy, remember the importance of the 7 and the geometry that this carries. The last thing before I go again through the material that I have provided already. In all privacy, in all stillness, blend the senses and blend the lives once again. Do it again and again and again until there are no thoughts left. And in the end, please, I ask of you, be the Big Bang, the explosion of your heart's space. Be these things and know that we are always with you. The circle of support will not leave, and nor will I. We'll stay with you, it will. Coming hours. It's needed. It's needed for you not to let go again. Because you can invite them and me now to do this. Ask me and your supporting circle, if you choose, to gently push you into holding on this time, into not letting go of this energy this time. I thank you for the life that you have just changed. It is yours. I thank you for acknowledging the power that you are. I thank you simply for who you are. And although it pains me now to allow this voice to stop talking, I know I am with you. And I will only remind you now, reconnect you now, blend you now with these 3 things pouring out of you. And I hope you will allow yourself to feel them. I am in love with you. I am in joy with you. And I am freedom with you. I love you. The sun of all the suns, which is burning in your chest, loves you. And so it is.